Hello! Welcome back. Been a little bit of time since you last saw me. Basically, I should pause for now. We've left Isla Muerta, and we've arrived on Isla Muerta. Didn't have any footage, though, for the longest time, which is a shame. So I'd like to give you a little tour of my park here, and what I've done here on Isla Muerta. I've just unlocked the next island, so I thought it would be a good time to catch up a little bit, and Adam specifically requested that I do a park tour of Isla Muerta before moving on to Isla Tacancieros. So let's do it. First of all, got some feeders to feed. Got some broken fences too. Isn't that a fun thing? And we'll get to that. I'll tell you all about why those fences are broken. Basically, because the people in those fences are dicks. As you can see, I've got 2 ranger teams now. Kind of necessary.
En route.
What else is broken around here? 2 broken fences, broken substation. Says there's one more thing not quite working.
Confirmed.
Okay, so let's take a look and see what we got here. So this is Isla Muerta, the second island. And we'll start from the beginning. So the guests will arrive right here, and they walk past some ugly things, power stations and the like. No really getting around it. Isla Muerta is different from Isla Muerta in that it has storms, so you need to have these storm defense stations up. Got a power outage here, and the power outages seem to happen
Adding to the list.
quite frequently. I've got 2 paddocks right here up front for the guests to kind of enjoy first. In the first paddock, we have 2 Triceratopses. We've got Samwise and Frodo. And in the second paddock, we've got 2 Ankylosaurs, Elkins and Teresa. Zoom in on these guys here. And they are beautiful, these Ankylosaurs. I absolutely love those models. Look at them dragging their little clubby tails around. Oof, I love it. And then right over here, next to the entrance as well, we've got our Draco Rex pen. And it turns out, Draco Rex, full name is Draco Rex Hogwartsus, which means Dragon King of Hogwarts, as in Harry Potter Hogwarts. So I've named all my Draco Rexes after Slytherin characters. Most of them have died, and I've had to incubate new ones. So for now, we've got Salazar, Severus, and Petunia. I think Petunia would have been a Slytherin.
Always a pleasure to work with you.
Moving over to here, we have our
when you think
fossil
of
center.
power, think of me. Cabot Finch. Reliable, dependable, and not at all full of himself. Though he should be.
Thanks, Finch. We've got our fossil center, our expedition center, and our ACU center. I love that the ACU center is right here on the cliff. It's just kind of neat to see it fly off and just around the island as a whole. I'll give you a panoramic here in a second. Over here, we've got quite a large enclosure because this is where 2 of our Metricanthosauruses are. I haven't actually unlocked the Metricanthosauros yet. I got it for a quest, and I failed the quest the first time, so I got another one. I'm not sure if that's intended, but now I have 2. Johnny and Rescue. Rescue was the first one, and I named him Rescue because we were rescuing him. But they're the Metricanthosauruses, kind of like camouflaged T-Rexes. Really cool looking. They got a nice big enclosure. There was an Odmontosaurus carcass over here that I was trying to get them to eat because I have to photograph a dinosaur eating a carcass, but I guess they did it while I wasn't looking. The jerks. Moving swiftly along to the south part of our island here. Right over here, we have a really large enclosure for most of the island's herbivores. So we've got 2 Edmontosauruses, Hope, or that's Corythosaurus. Just 1 Edmontosaurus. Where did my second one go? Anyway, we've got Urethra, the Edmontosaurus. We've got some Compsognathuses in here. We've got 3 of them. We've got Stuart, Peter, and Silky. We have 3 of these Huayongasauruses. We've got Javier, Juan, and Wang. We've got some Corythosauruses, Margaret and Hope. And then we've got a Diplodocus. Again, for a quest, I can't actually make Diplodocuses yet. But this is Dirtle. He's a Diplodocus. And the way I've got my power set up, the power goes out once every 5 minutes or so on any one of these stations at a given time. It's because I've got them all overloaded. This island has power problems, let's just say.
No problem.
So then we have our hotel here, which kind of overlooking the beach, and we've got a little shopping district down here. Notice the monorail, so people can get from the start of the park down to the southern end a little bit quicker. I had a quest to make the monorail station, and I'm not super happy with the way it looks. Dead dinosaur, what? It would help the explanation process if things weren't happening, but this is a really happening park. Oh no, it's Dirtle the Diplodocus. Oh. Well, at least you guys got to
Asset
see
collection
Dirtle
request received.
before she died. Another broken fence. Okay, so this comes to the problem area of the park. This is my other carnivore section. Over here we have the Dilophosauruses. Got 3 of them. Trouble, Dolph, and Nedry. Had 4 of them, but Susan's dead. Trouble is Trouble. He breaks the fences, and he lets them out. And now Trouble and Dolph are both murderers, but they are not nearly as much trouble as these assholes. These are velociraptors, and man, are they pricks. They're happy, but I think happiness to a velociraptor is just constantly trying to escape anyway. Especially during storms. They're just leaping over the fences at all manners, and I'm constantly coming down here to repair these stupid fences. I had 4 of them at one time, and I sold 2 of them, and I was not unhappy about it. But this is Gilsby and Felicity, and they're dicks. I've got this little enclosure pen here, where I would make the Dilophosauruses and the raptors, and then I move them into the correct pen, which seems to help alright. I was kind of hoping that if they did escape, they'd escape into each other's pens and then kill each other, instead of all my guests. But yeah, that's the raptor pen, and they're the worst. I should probably get a ranger team down there to fix their fence again.
Request received. Responding to repair.
I've got these emergency shelters all over the island, so when the storms hit or the dinosaurs escape, people can kind of hide in those. So yeah, I think let's do a ranger tour. So I'm not gonna worry about saving, but we'll take ranger team 2. We'll just do a little drive-through. So it looks like we're on the south end of the island right now. Let's hopefully visit the raptors first. As you can see, we're right here on the beach here on this island, which is fairly beautiful, to be honest. You can see I own from as far as you can see that way. Oh, looks like that's the edge of the map. Can't drive any further that way. But as far as you can see on that other end of the island where I'm pointing the Jeep, and then all the way around. Got an emergency bunker right down here next to the raptors for when they inevitably escape. These are the weather safety centers. They help protect by the storms, which doesn't always help. Out of the way, out of the way. And the raptor pen. Anyone home? Oh, so this is the enclosure I just hatch people in. The raptor pen's right here. Oh, there's a goat. The goats don't have the best time in the raptor pen. Raptors like to hunt. Let's see if we can't see an elusive raptor. Probably gonna cause some trouble somewhere. Gonna ignore the dead dinosaur. Ah, there's one. On the hunt for a goat, more than likely. Where's your sister? Let's check the watering hole. They kind of share a watering hole with Dilophosaurus. There's a fence between them. But they're kind of the same watering hole. Let's go in there. Not too scared of the Dilophosaurus. See, they share this watering hole here with the Dilophosaurus. Which you can see over there, galloping towards us. Oh, and the noises they make are adorable. They're so inquisitive. Look at them. Hi, buddy. Let's see if we can't see a rat. Yeah, okay, go away now. Wherever you are. Where'd he go? There it is. There's another one. All three of them are... Right, their attention is on me. But there should be a raptors around here somewhere. This is their watering hole, after all. I don't really want to go in the raptor cage because I think they're creepy. Yeah, okay. Leaving you know that all the sources. Almost. They're honoring them, guys. So we come up on past the Dilophosaurus. I've got these observation posts now that people can stand in on top and look out, and from that observation post you can actually see over both enclosures, which I think is probably a really great view. Moving on up. That's our hotel there. And this is our giant herbivore pen that I was showing you from kind of the overhead view earlier. So I've got the Hammond Creation Lab on this hill up here. That's a Huayongosaurus by the looks of things. And then there's a lot of jungle in there, so dense that even a Jeep can't drive through a lot of it. Probably terrible jungle. But there is a observation post here that can see over into the enclosure, and there's actually a watering hole in there if I can get a good view of it. This is the Ankylosaur pen. They're connected to the other herbivores, which seems like it's working fine. The only real trouble, like I said, is with the Dilophosaurus and the Velociraptors. So we've got Ankylosaurs on one side, Triceratops is on the other. Kind of the big, oh wow, dinosaurs when people are just getting off the boat. Like, oh my gosh, they're so big and cool. And then I'm like, yeah, we'll check out these Dracorexes. And everyone's like, not as big, but still cool. And then I just blow them out of the water with the carnivores. Ignore the pop-ups for dead dinosaurs and feeders. I'm not going to save this. This is the Dracorex pen here. Let's see if we can see any of the elusive Slytherins. Anywhere? Where are these guys? More wonky roads. Dracorexes? going in. We have to discover what's going on for ourselves. I try to put the gates kind of in conspicuous areas whenever I can. Sometimes it just makes more sense to put them on the roads. Aha! A Draco Rex. Elusive. There should be 2 more in this enclosure. They like to headbutt things. Fences, trees, each other, the Jeep. They're awful cute,
Anybody who thinks creating entertainment with dangerous creatures hundreds of millions of years old is easy is crazy. Yet, you're making it look easy. And that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't see the other 2.
Thanks for helping create entertainment.
I love how the Jeep idles when it's going downhill. It just moves. Like, real physics effects on the Jeeps is cool. You can't drive the Jeep off the cliff. I've tried. See? It just slows down. Got myself in a pickle this time. Looks like I'm in a corner. Let's go see the Metrocanthosaurus. Metrocanthiasaurus. I just keep running up against that border. I've got the Jeep stuck. This is why I'm not on the Ranger team. Oh, this is embarrassing. No. There we go. Out of the way, out of the way! What's this? Whoa. Jump. I have flipped the Jeep. It is fun. There we go, there's some more time. Oh, a Metrocanthosaurus. Can you see it? In the distance. There. Got both of them. They are much bigger close up, but I'm not going in there. I know they can't actually hurt me when I'm in the Jeep, but, oh, he knows I'm here too. Look, he's looking at me. I know they can't actually hurt me in the Jeep, but it's still, like, my inner child is frightened of getting close to the meat-eater dinosaurs that are big and scary, and the velociraptors and the big guys, so I'm just going to let that inner child continue to be scared because it's a little magical. So there's that. Alright.
Control relinquished.
And that's my park. I think it's awful pretty. Here, I'll show you my favorite view of the park. It's in the helicopter.
And you contract...
Oh yeah, you can fly the helicopters too. Look at this. So I really like getting way up high in the helicopter. That all the way out to the Velociraptor Defense Station way back there, the monorail track. I'm admittedly on the fence about the monorail track. I don't know if it's something I'll do in my other parks unless I get requests for it. I don't know. But look at that, my nice beachside dinosaur resort that only occasionally kills people. Not too shabby. So as far as the game goes, I'm still frickin' loving it. Like, I really adore this game, and when I'm not playing it, like at work today, I was just watching other people play it. I'm not watching them play it past the point I'm at, because I don't want anything spoiled for me. But like watching them play the tutorial island and stuff and just enjoying their first time views. I have some criticisms. I'd really like more scenery options, like the ability to place benches and lampposts and individual bushes and redwood trees and stuff. I'd really like the guests to have more stats. Like in most Tycoon games, you can click on them and it'll say, this guy really is hungry and wants to do see that Velociraptor again. That's what he likes. His favorite dinosaur is a raptor. That would be nice. Staff would be interesting, like if you had to hire janitors or entertainers or things like that. I'd really like it if the staff could be eaten by the dinosaurs. That would just get me all giddy and add just kind of another layer to the game where you have to be really careful. I mean, it happened in the movies all the time. Yeah, I think that's. Oh, and building attractions. So like, I'd love it if they had like little buildings you could add that the guests wanted to visit that aren't like stores or restaurants. Things like, oh, this is the baby dinosaur petting zoo, and it's just a little building you place, and you don't actually modify it or anything. It's just a building you place. Or like, oh, this is the museum, and the guests can go in here and learn about the dinosaur fossils. Stuff like that would be neat. Just add more guest buildings. And then just more space. This this island has so much more space than the first island, and it was an interesting shape. But I'd just really love more space. I think I have a theory as to why they limit the space so much, and I think it's because they also released this game on Xbox and PlayStation, and people playing on Xbox and PlayStation, if they add too much stuff, would crash their Xbox or PlayStation because they're not as powerful as most gaming PCs.
Sabotage in progress.
And I think that's why they confined the space so much, is because they wanted to keep all three of the games, the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the PC versions, as similar as possible. But the Xbox and PlayStation just aren't as powerful as gaming PCs, so they had to have limitations. But beyond those criticisms, the game is fantastic. Definitely worth the $50. I've already put 9 hours into this, into my game, and my girlfriend's put 5 hours into her game, and we're looking to put many more hours in. So this was Isla Muerta. I'm sorry you guys didn't get to see me build it, but I will start from scratch on the next island, and you'll be able to see all of my reactions on that island. So there you go. I hope you guys tune in for that, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. Thanks for watching, guys.